Escort op looks simple at first. Protect the train, collect the coal and defeat the enemies. But once you reach medium and hard, one small mistake can ruin the entire run. In this video I am playing all 3 stages, easy, medium and hard in one run with Basil Cookie. I will explain how escort ops work, the best team roles, which modifiers to choose and the mistake you should avoid. If your team keeps running out of coal or losing the train, this guide will help. First, let's talk about what is escort ops. Escort op is a co-op mode where a team has to keep the train moving until the end. The train needs dim coal as a fuel, and at the same time enemies keep attacking the train and your teammates. So the main challenge is not just damage, your team has to mine coal, collect it, defend the train and keep moving forward together. In this run I am using Basil Cookie. Since Basil is a tank, he is useful for staying near the train, taking damage and protecting the team during enemy wave. Let's talk about team roles. The best setup is simple. One team should be the miner. Their job is to break down dream coal as quickly as possible. The second teammate should collect the coal and place it on the tracks. The third teammate should fight enemies and protect the train. You do not always have to follow these rules strictly. If a large enemy wave appears, the miner can help fight. If the train is low on fuel, the fighter can help collect the coal. The important thing is to react to the situation. As you can see in the gameplay, in the first round I was the miner and I kept mining the coal and putting the dream coal on the track. So in the round first I am the miner. But as you can see, when the large enemy group appears, I stop mining coal and help my teammates in fighting them. Now let's talk about the biggest tip. Here is the biggest tip for escort op. If you are mining coal, always try to mine the coal furthest in front of train. Do not keep mining coal behind the train. When you mine coal in front, the train slowly comes towards you while you are working. This gives you more time to finish mining, pick up the coal and place it on the tracks. If you mine coal behind the train, you will have to run after the train with the coal. This wastes time and make your team run out of fuel. Also, you do not have to carry the coal directly to the train. You can place the coal on the railway track and the train will automatically pick it up when it reaches the spot. This is much faster. As you can see, I always try to mine the coal furthest in the train so that I can I can mine efficiently and the train does not get low on fuel. Now let's talk about the boss fights at the end of every stage. In this boss fight, there is a fixed amount of coal and you have to kill enemies as fast as possible. So I suggest that in this mode, always 2 cookies should be fighting and 1 cookie shall be focused on collecting the coal. Only that cookie will collect the coal. Others 2 will keep fighting because the train takes a lot of damage in these few seconds. So if you don't want to lose at the end, you have to focus on your roles. The most common mistake I see many players make is running back to collect every piece of coal left behind. Do not do that. It is completely fine to leave some coal behind. There is enough coal available during the run. Running backward for one pile of coal can miss better coal in front and your team may lose time when the train needs fuel. Focus on the coal ahead of the train, not the coal you missed behind. Now let's talk about medium mode. Medium mode is like the normal mode, but the train does not stop at the start of the round. It just keeps moving and the enemies are harder. So you have to be extra careful and how you manage the coal. In medium mode, enemies become more dangerous and the train can lose fuel faster. This is where team roles become important. The fighting teammate should keep enemies away from the train while the miner and collector keeps the fuel supply ready. If you are playing Basil Cookie like me, stay close to the dangerous enemies and protect your teammates when they are mining or carrying coal. Do not chase enemies too far away from the train. Your main job is to protect the objective. As you can see, in this medium mode, I was the miner and I just kept collecting coal while both of my teammates were busy fighting the enemies. And as you can see, my modifier helps me mine coal faster, which is a very suitable modifier for a miner. Let's talk about modifiers. What are modifiers? Modifiers can make a big difference in escort ops. If you notice carefully, before the start of the game, before you enter the lobby, there is an option to choose a random cookie or you can choose a cookie of your favorite. If you choose a random cookie, the game gives you one extra bonus booster at the start of each round. So I highly suggest that you take a random option because the booster is more important than the cookie you play. If you are the miner, choose modifiers that improve movement speed or mining speed. Faster mining means more fuel for the train. If you are the main fighter, do not put every modifier into attack. You may need to switch roles later and help mine or collect coal. Every teammate should try to take at least one movement speed modifier. Speed helps the miner, the collector, and even the fighter when they need to return to the train quickly. Choose the modifiers based on what your team needs, not only based on your own cookie. Now let's talk about my gameplay. I chose a random cookie slot while starting the game, and the game gave me basil cookie, which is a tank. And I just had to communicate with my teammates that I was going to be the miner and they have to take care of the enemies as well as the dropping of the coal. This game mode was completely random. I did not know any of my teammates, but still we carefully look at each other's roles and we quietly decided that I am going to be the miner, the lemon zest is going to be the attacker, and the healer is going to be a support that will switch between the roles. Also, one more important thing, do not always go for super epic or epic modifiers. They are not always that worth it. Even if you get a good rare modifier, it's completely okay, it won't affect you that much. Only it affects the attacker or the one defending your train, because super epic and epic modifiers give booster attack or summons different elements that can help you fight. Hard mode is where your communication matters the most. You seriously have to lock in the hard mode. Enemies are stronger, the train takes more pressure and mistakes become costly. If possible, play escort ops with friends and communicate through voice chat or messages. Tell your teams when you are mining and the train needs fuel and you need help with the enemies. A team with average cookies but good communication can do much better than a strong team where everyone plays separately. Keep changing roles when needed. The coal is low, help collect. If enemies are attacking the train, help fight. Do not stay stuck in one role if the situation changes. This was the most stressful part of my run. A lot of enemies were attacking the train and there were not enough people mining the coal. So what we did, I just cleared enemies with my special skill while both of them collected coal, and then I went back to my role when the enemies were reduced. In this situation you can see that we switch roles completely and as per the situation changes. Now let's talk about where most people have ended their run. At the hard mode, at end of every hard round, there is a boss. He is extremely tanky and you don't have a lot of coal to fuel your train. So you have to quickly deal with the boss, otherwise you run out of fuel and you'll lose the run. My suggestion is, at the start of when the boss finally appears, all of the cookies will use their ultimate to damage the boss as far as possible. As you can see, I have switched my role to the fighter while both of my teammates have been dropping the coal. Then I used my ultimate and went back to mining or dropping the coal, while lemon zest is busy dropping. The most important thing is you have to be aware of your surrounding. You have to see what your teammate is doing, what he is trying to communicate with you, not only what you are doing. This is a multiplayer mode where you have to take a look at a lot of different things before acting. you can see, at the end of the boss round, we really had not a lot of coal and we had we have to scarce it off somewhere. But we managed to win and take the L plus round. So that's the main strategy for escort ops. Mine coal in front of the train, place it on the tracks, do not waste time running back for the coal behind the train, and make sure every teammate has a clear role. Basil cookie is a good option if your team needs someone to protect the train and handle enemy pressure. If you found this guide useful, like the video and subscribe for more Cookie Run Tower of Adventure content. Also, comment below which cookie are you using in escort ops and what is your biggest score.